Welcome back to the Toffee Blues, your source for all things Everton. My name's Connor Williams, and we're back with another one of our 24/7 news videos. Starting off, we have that Jarrad Branthwaite remains on Manchester United's wish list, and they are plotting for a move for the defender next summer. United could also face competition from Liverpool, who are also admirers. This came via TalkSport. It's not really a surprise to see that he's linked with United. I don't think the United links are going to go anywhere. The Liverpool one, I just don't see happening. I don't think we sell to the rivals. Once now with the takeover coming in, I don't think we need to sell to rivals either. We're in a nice place where we don't need to do that. Um, so I'm just going to assume that that doesn't happen. As for United, it'll be the same as last summer. We'll set out our target. If they want to hit that, fantastic, and he'll go. If they don't, then he will stay, and we will be happy as well because we get to keep hold of a centre back that's very, very good, and we all have big, big admiration for. Um, yeah, again, and you'll see Goldbridge kicking off because he doesn't get it, or he probably does get it. I think he's a smart man, hence why all his videos are reactionary and silly because they get the best clicks. I think he's a very, very intelligent man. He's just pretending not to get it through a cloud of bias potentially, but it's business, and in business you need leverage, and the leverage is that he's our player, and if you want him you have to pay what we are suggesting. The as obviously as his contract goes on, it reaches the end, our leverage dwindles down and down and down, and then we start getting into a situation where the leverage balance goes to United and they can start undercutting. But until then, we have the leverage, so we can demand the price we want for him, and we don't want to sell him. So we really do have the leverage in this business transaction, which is what it is. Yeah, he could put in a transfer request, but if I was Jarrad Branthwaite, I wouldn't be doing it unless it was for a Champions League club. I mean, United, I mean, unless the new manager comes in and does, really, really well, potentially to get top four. Um, but I think at least European football is for Jarrad Branthwaite. Even the conference, though, I would see as a bit of a step, not down, but it's just not a step big enough for what he deserves or what he's potentially able to get. So if I was him, I'd be looking at Europa League, top Europa League club, like a favourite in it, and Champions League. Obviously, that does mean Liverpool, but I just don't think because they're rivals. If United get top four, potentially that's where the leverage increases to them because you'll want to play Champions League football. But up until then, like last summer, listen, he's our player. That's how leverage works. And if we don't get him, Goldbridge's been very, very vocal about Everton because again, clever man knows that our fans will retweet his stuff, shouting and complaining about what he's saying, which he doesn't care about. He's not going to read them. What he does care about though is that you're engaging with his stuff on his content, which does well. So, that's the game, isn't it, on social media? Doesn't matter what you say as long as there's engagement. But yeah, anyway, moving on, we have that Deli Alli is getting closer to having game time with Everton's under 21s as he steps up his recovery. This is great to see. Obviously, I don't know where Deli Alli's what the future holds for him. It's been a really topsy-turvy time for him in terms of his football. Obviously, he came out with with that interview with Gary Neville and explained, how tough it had been personally for him, and with his injuries as well as his mental health. So I hope this is the start of him, getting back to playing football, which I'm going to hope and assume is what would bring him happiness as well. Which would be great to see. I think there's a place for him in the team as well. Dyche plays a 4-2-3-1, 4-4-1-1. He plays like a shadow striker type thing, doesn't he? Attacking midfielder. Everyone wants that to be Njai, but Dele Alli could also play there. He played there under Pochettino with Kane in front of him. And you'd argue that was Dele Alli's best period as a player. So there's 100% a place for him in the Everton team if he can get there. I think the club have done the right thing supporting him throughout his recovery, his rehabilitation, and now this. The football is a very, very, you take the ethics out. It's very easy to take the ethics and the morals out of football because it's a money-driven game and a results-driven game and sport. But it's nice to see that there are still some morals and ethics left in football, and one of them being supporting players like this. So that's nice to see. We have that Betto is one of Juventus's top choices for a striker option in January, according to Calcio Mercato. He's seen as a low-cost option by Juventus' sporting director Cristiano Guintoli, and the Portuguese exit from Goodison Park could be possible this January. Juventus have been encouraged by the fact that Everton could open up to a loan deal in the winter, and a deal like that will suit them due to their financial status. The Merseyside club could also want an option to buy as well. Um, it's This is an interesting one. I think if you'd asked me 2 months ago, I'd have said, yeah, I can see this happening. Better will be gone. But recently, he's done enough for me personally to suggest he might deserve to be our number one striker. So I don't know if we should be as open to him going in the January as we are, because Calvert-Lewin's going through a bit of a drought. Beto's on a hot streak, and you've got to play the players on a hot streak. That's just logic. So I think Betto has the potential to really change Everton's mind if he gets the game time. My actual thoughts on him as a player compared to Calvert-Lewin and all that is in another video I did, so go check that out. I was very fair on both of them. I think, one's weakness is the other's strength and vice versa. We have that former Everton manager Frank Lampard could be a potential candidate for the Roma job when they sack Ivan Juric. Lampard's name was mentioned to the Predincans by some people close to Everton. This came from Gazzetta Italy. This was then reported by Corriere dello Sport today that it wasn't Everton sources who recommended the Chelsea legend, but actually it was Frank Lampard's agent. It's also been said today as well that TalkSport have linked Lampard to the West Ham job if Lopetegui leaves. Yeah, I think we had the opportunity to witness one of the last two Merseyside derbies at Goodison Park on the 17th of November at 3 p.m., as it is also the final Merseyside derby in the WSL. With Everton women's take on Liverpool's women as well. It's a fantastic opportunity to go and cheer the team on, as well as, see one of the final Merseyside derbies. Been a bit spoilt with Merseyside derbies in the last couple of years, some decent results here and there. One of the last ones at a really good, great ground, you won't, I don't know what Bramley Moore holds for us, but this is the last time to experience a Goodison atmosphere and a fantastic way to see it off with the women's team playing. Hopefully the team can go out there and get the result as well. But like I said, it is at Sunday, the 17th of November at 3 p.m. You can go get your tickets on the Everton website. Please, if you can, go get your tickets, support the team, support the women's team out there as well. Hopefully they bring home the win in the last WSL Merseyside derby. But that is everything we've got time for. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and comment your thoughts down below. Look forward to reading them. See you soon.